What a fantastic weekend it's been at Comic Con Liverpool so far. A massive Harry Potter reunion. So many of the cast here this weekend. Must be bringing back a lot of memories.
I sent Mark an email saying, because I haven't seen him for well over a year, so I just sent him an email saying sorry for being such a shit, mate. I booked dinner, so it's brilliant. It's actually forced everyone. It's been really great for that. It was great going out and catching up. That was really cool.
It was good I did a photo shoot with my sons this morning, it was nice to talk to Rupert about being a dad. So it all moves on.
Full circle moments.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it's linear, not circular. Is it? Hopefully his kids have kids.
Yeah, it's not circular.
No.
That would go on for ages.
Yeah,
we have that kid again.
Yeah. Oh, the Circle of Life. Well, that's a song.
The Circle of Life is that's a different film.
That must be
not as good, actually.
No.
That must be crazy though when you put it like that. That Rupert's here with his child.
Crazy. What's nice is it's normal. It's nice that it's we're a pretend family and it becomes real, having real families. It's something very reassuring that we're not in some weird showbiz bubble.
Oh. Yeah. Also, I think what is sad though is that we have lost a few, and that's that's another sort of pert reminder. And there's some, David Legino and obviously Maggie and Robbie and that. So it's nice. It's good to sort of raise a glass to those people as well. Because they're gone but not forgotten, and people keep talking about them anecdotally, and that's really nice. That keeps their memories alive, and I think that's been a lovely thing this weekend.
100%. When you mention, unfortunately, the cast that have been lost over the years and very dearly missed, when you look at Alan, Maggie, Michael, there's more than a few there. Robbie, exactly. There must have been so much to learn from those guys, even if you weren't in scenes with them, just being around them on set, their energy, the way that they carry themselves. Do you have any particular stories about those?
I remember Maggie had a strop in the I don't know if you there. She had a strop in the makeup room because it was raining outside, so they couldn't film outside, so they were going to film a different scene and she what are they doing? They're doing this scene or that scene, and everyone's terrified of Maggie Smith when she's got a cob on, and I just went up to her and went, calm down, love, it's only a sequel, and she just got totally to the window and everybody laughed and she sort of relaxed a little bit. So that was my only moment with her.
I had a thing with them. One premiere, I can't remember what it was. I decided I wasn't going to wear the suit thing, So I had a blazer on, striped blazer, and a pair of slacks that my friend who's a tailor made for me, and it was quite chic, I have to say. Anyway, so I arrived in the green room after doing the red carpet. Maggie was already in there, and she looked at me, and there was the Maggie glint in her eye. So she bustled over to me and looked me up and down and said, looked at my striped blazer and said, "Have you just come from Henley?" Yeah. There was a lot. We spent a lot of time together because shooting a big movie, the bigger the film, the longer it takes.
More hanging about.
Yeah. So I used to hang around and just sit there listening to Michael Gambon telling us stories, And me and Robbie used to have Robbie had his own trailer, which was like an Airstream. We used to we spent one happy afternoon looking at the Plant Trader, which is like Auto Trader, but for diggers.
And exciting.
Yeah, but it was good for us. Thank you very much. We both loved our engineering, and I mean, he loved his cars. He did some great documentaries, Robert.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, brilliant.
And Alan was always just excellent value. Very, very good. Nobody did dry like Alan.
No,
the dry as a stick. Just lob something in, and you'd be like.
Yeah, they're all sadly missed, but there was also a fabulous sort of other wave of people like Imelda Staunton and Peter Mullen, and all those other guys are all amazing as well. The sort of
Thewlis,
and Thewlis, like terrific, absolutely terrific, and they're just we spend. I think the funniest thing, I don't think you're in this one. We did that thing in the ministry, and we were so there's about I had hundreds of extras doing this big scene in the ministry. There's a couple of bits and pieces, and I rock up out of a chimney stack with a you know, with a victim, and there was so much hanging about. And there's this guy hanging around. That really looks like Ricky Martin from the Kaiser Chiefs. So turns out it's Ricky Martin from the Kaiser Chiefs.
As an extra.
As an extra, because he's mates with the music supervisor. So I go up, start talking to him, and I was like, oh, you're great. So I get him, make sure he's got a bit of screen time. So he's in this shot with me. That's it. Second AD's got him down as being in the shot. He can't go anywhere for 2 days. It's like I've only popped in for the afternoon.
I had that with it's same in the Ministry of Magic when I'm walking through with Dan to an appointment, and I looked in it, and at the corner of my eye is my accountant. So anyway, cut, and I went over. I said, Harry, what are you doing here? He said, there's a few of us like doing this. We just come and just for the buzz and to meet people. He said, that bloke over there, see him, he's a High Court judge. And that bloke over there,
wow.
He's a contract lawyer on the King's Bench. So what I told, as a sort of little exercise to some of the assistant directors, the young ones, I said, just be careful about some of the supporting artists, because they won't necessarily be what you think they are.
Yes, exactly. You'd be really rude to them and then find them in when you're up in front of the beak.
Yeah,
and if it's an extra that you made hang around for 4 hours in the rain, you're not going to get off lightly.
No.
Are there particular scenes that stand out for yourselves, which were your favourite to film, and then another scene that you would say was your favourite to watch on the big screen for the first time?
My favourite scene, and he's here today so I can talk about it, was a scene with Rafe and Michael dead, where Voldemort takes the Elder Wand out of Dumbledore's dead hands. Bit like Charlton Heston, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the NRA, but wands. But it's a brilliant scene because it's the first time you actually see, Voldemort. You see. What was his name? Riddle.
Tom Riddle.
Tom. You see Tom Riddle underneath Voldemort, and the greedy, where he thinks he can do it. And it's a brilliant revelation. I thought that was majestic.
I suppose I think the funniest thing was because the character proved quite popular. They brought me back for number 2, and they sort of wrote in this thing about, you can head the army that runs down to. Have they? Okay, all right. And turned up at Burnham Beeches for this night shoot, and there's no green screen. There was 1,000 extras, and I've got them charged. It's an army. Oh, it's fantastic. I'm leading an army charging a castle. How cool is that? So that was a surprise day at work. I really wasn't expecting it. We've written some extra scenes, and there wasn't even sides. It just it wasn't in the script. It was just this idea that all the Davids had, and I turned up to head an army of real people running down and attacking a castle. So that was pretty cool.
Those are good choices, and I would say
when we went to the Quidditch World Cup, when we went to the camping site, and we went in the tent that was a TARDIS. Went into a tiny tent and found yourself in an enormous tent. I was ridiculously pleased with that. Just thought that was brilliant. Wow.
Well, it just summed up the magic world, didn't it? It was great.
So easy to do. Obviously, not the greatest camera trick, not the greatest special effects. No. Just, we'll have a big tent. When we cut, we'll go to a bigger tent. But it works,
In my mind.
Completely effective. Yeah, that's it. Brilliant.
Well, it is. You went in through one door and came out of another one in another place.
Amazing. Ooh,
but it's still exciting. It's still like that, But the thing they say most, I reckon on set, the thing that is said most to actors is don't touch, because actors are always going, wow, it's don't touch that.
Yeah.
Look at the don't touch it.
There's a lot of not touching. And I thought the stuff that we did when we did our chase sequence in Burnham Beeches, that was how you made a sort of basically 2 people running through the woods as exciting as that. I looked at it going, this is really cool, I thought we could just sort of running along this isn't going to look great, but but that was what was funny. I don't want to swear or get into trouble, but
well, don't then.
All right, I won't. But I will tell you this story without swearing. But Danny was going. Danny was saying, I won't need a head start when we do this because I'm very fast. I'm very quick. I'm very fast. I'm looking. Going, you know. And I was, you know, still am a bit sporty, but I used to be very sporty. I won't need a head start because I'm much younger, you know, very fast. So we did the first one, that first take, and I overtook, grabbed him, got him by the back of the neck, and went, "Potter, you're fucked." Absolutely terrible. And then as we went next take, is slightly more of a head start. There's slightly more of a head start. So I did sort of, you know, I bricked the life out of him on the first take. You know, all in jest, of course.
I'd love to see that deleted scene.
You won't.
You won't know. They've all gone.
It's one of the only franchises where I would say it is near perfect. There isn't a weak link. They're all incredible films, and people are equally excited and apprehensive by the reimagining as a TV show. It's coming out later this decade, where every season will be a different book. Now, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Are you excited? Are you also apprehensive as well?
Oh, I'm dead, so I don't care. There's no skin off my nose. I fell off a bridge. That was the end of it.
I don't know. It's all just talk at the moment. Well, when I see it, I'll be very interested to see it.
You watch it as fans?
Yeah, but I just really, 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 really hope that there isn't a little, you know, a discord at the end of this amazing story. You know, I hope it doesn't. Someone doesn't come along and then just, you know, blow a raspberry at the end of this fantastic journey. And so, as long as it's good, as long as it's done by the right people and it's done really well, great. You know, I think Fantastic Beasts carried on the journey in a really good way, and I hope that it's that. I hope it isn't some greedy execs managed to cash in on anything and that don't understand the mechanism of it. Because a sour note can ruin the whole thing. So I really hope it's good. That's my take on it.
Do you think there's a particular book that would work particularly well as a TV show? From my side of things, I think Goblet of Fire. You could explore the Triwizard Tournament in a lot more depth and detail. Is there anything that stands out for you as a book that would work well as a season?
I don't understand how they're going to replace the narrator, because a lot of the detail happens in narration. And I'm not sure how they're going to do that.
I liked the Half-Blood Prince as a book because, you know, the Prime Minister had more to do, and it was really like politically relevant. All the stuff that's going on at the moment in different parts of the world, where you have this type of people,
yeah,
and
because
these type
politics
of people.
is always the same.
Exactly, yeah. So we had this. You have this politics between Muggles and, you know, and magic, and exactly the same. It's just a lovely metaphor, you know, similarly for what's going on and wherever it is. And I thought that bit of politics that they didn't really have time for it, and Robert Hardy's a prime minister, and it was, but that stuff in the Half-Blood Prince, the politics of that was quite clever.
We didn't see much of Scrimgeour or anybody really, did we?
No.
Well, there's loads there, obviously.
Big thick books are. Some of them are this thick.
They got bigger and bigger. In the end, it was like that.
Yeah, and the letters are really small, so there's loads in there.
And the only pictures on the front.
Yeah, I know.
final one.
Did you ever want to see the Cursed Child as a film? Did you ever? And I'm guessing you've watched the play.
I've got a friend who was in the Cursed Child, but I never went to see it.
It's brilliant. It's incredible.
I must do that. I've got the script, but it's on the pile of things to read.
I haven't seen it, and I can't afford it. West End Theatre, it's just too much. I need to get a big job. The likes of us.
Well, if you don't see both shows, it's like lots of money.
Yeah, too much. So
about 120 quid for both shows together.
No, oh dear.
Isn't it?
Maybe I got it on a good day. I think maybe 160, £80 each.
Oh, well, wouldn't you? We spent that on dinner, didn't we? That was last night. What would you rather do? I'm glad that it's bringing people into the theatre, but I'd like it to bring people into the theatre in the same way that the books reignited literacy around it. It's nice to bring people into the theatre as a concept, but I haven't seen it because it's too expensive.
Okay, well, hopefully at some point you can splash the cash on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe if they do a recast, maybe that's the only way to see it. So you get in it.
Recast. Brilliant.
I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.